Even though the last few months have been pretty annoying with price action being bearish since early November, and also pretty boring with price going sideways or being stuck in a range for extended periods of time. But don't let this bearish price action and the sideways boring action allow you to miss out on what I think is going to be one of the largest bull markets still to come. This space is growing. It's going to get a lot bigger, and we are going to see new Bitcoin highs at some point in time. Now, whether that's this year or whether it still takes a few more years, I'm not sure about that. But what we can see is that there is a lot of reason, a lot of buildup why crypto is going to go a lot higher. So let's look at a few different things here that I've prepared to show you that those new all-time highs and that new growth in crypto might not be as far away as some people think it is. So what we have over here is the Bitcoin entity adjusted dormancy flow. And you don't necessarily need to know what it is to be able to look at this chart and see what happens when the orange line moves into the green box. You can see over here where it is marked a number 1. You can see that was pretty close to a low with a massive rally that followed. Then in 2019, you can see, or actually late 2018, early 2019, that was the capitulation of the entire 2018 bear market. It marked the low close enough, and then we got a big rally that followed. Time number 3, when it moved into the green box, you can see that was the March 2020 sell-off, and what followed was a huge rally all the way to 66K or 69K actually. And now we are back in that green box once again when the price is around the $40,000 level. So based on history, what does that tell us? Tells us we're probably pretty close to a low. Even if we do still manage to get some sort of flash crash, probably that's going to be short-lived, and we're going to see a huge rally that's going to follow in the coming months or the coming year or 2 years from now. What we've also been seeing is recently we have seen huge outflows from exchanges, and you can see over here on this chart by CryptoQuant what has happened when we've seen these big exchange outflows is that usually they've been followed by pretty large rallies. You can see over here in the beginning we've just had this massive rally with these big exchange outflows, but even over here you can see exchange outflows to a high level, big rally that followed, still in the rally. Over here, even though we got a little bit of a correction, big rally that followed. Over here, exchange outflows to a similar level that we just saw. We got that big rally from just about 35K to 48,000. So we're seeing these outflows once again. Sentiment just showing you this as well. The largest exchange outflow difference in 5 weeks. So this means a lot of people are withdrawing cryptocurrency from exchanges. And usually when this happens, this is because they've been accumulating it and they are putting it on hardware wallets or in safe cold storage. You can see over here the exchange net position change. You can see how this is marked every time this has happened and it's gotten this deep. Look at the rally at the price that has followed. Look at the rally and the price that's followed, rally that's followed. And you can see we're currently in a stage where there are huge exchange outflows, meaning that based on history, what has happened previous times, we are likely going to see an increase in price and a big rally in the coming weeks. We're seeing an inflection in the 90-day rate of change of Bitcoin's 1-year hodl wave. And you can see what happened when that inflection has happened and what has resulted afterwards, which has been big rallies again. So these are all just ways of looking at different data, at different charts, to be able to see that historically when these things have happened in the weeks and months that followed, we've usually seen big rallies. Now here's something else, which is the 10-day money flow index. You can see over here, last time when it was circled, when it hit this level, that was the low in December 2018. And last month, in the beginning of March, we actually hit a similar type of level. So again, it's not a perfect indicator. Maybe it doesn't mean things are going to happen right away, but we're getting close to pretty historic levels that have signaled bottoms and resulted in larger rallies. So again, ever since the March 2020 bottom, the general trend on exchanges has been outflows. This suggests heavy accumulation. Currently, net position change is extreme outflows. Once again, you can see the outflows lead to rallies. Outflows lead to rallies. So we're seeing big outflows again. Might not mean we're exactly at the bottom, but we could be. Maybe we got a little bit lower, but I think we are getting close to some sort of major rally starting once again. Here is another chart, so the periods between the dormancy flow exiting the green zone and the 3-week bullish vortex cross have offered some of the best buy opportunities for Bitcoin over the last 10 years. Asymmetry very much to the upside in his opinion. So TechDev saying this. So you can see again the green zone, what happens when the Bitcoin entity adjusted dormancy flow goes into the green zone. Again, massive rallies that followed in the price, which is here in white in Bitcoin. Again, rally, and we're seeing it once again into the green zone. So what does that suggest based on history? Likely that we are going to see a rally in the coming weeks and months. Then another thing which is also very, very important to note in combination with those potentially bullish charts that I've been showing you just now is the crypto and blockchain venture funding, which is going absolutely nuts. In fact, during this bearish period of Q4 and Q1 of 2022, those were the biggest periods where the most amount of capital has been raised throughout those bearish selling periods. So even from November, while we've been declining and while Bitcoin has dropped by 50% and altcoins have dropped more than 50%, Q4 2021 was at the time the biggest amount of capital raised, and Q1 was even bigger than Q4. So throughout this boring and sideways and bearish period, more and more capital is being raised by VCs that are being poured into infrastructure, products, startups to be able to help the crypto and the digital asset space grow. Now, this is not an immediate effect. So even if the money gets invested now, it doesn't mean right now the price is going to start going up. But this increasing amount of capital and resources that are being invested into the space are eventually going to end up showing up. So this might be a bit of a delayed effect. We don't know. Is it going to take 3 months, 6 months, a year? But eventually this continuous pouring in of capital that is being invested into growing the space. Keep in mind, this is not just money that's going into a startup or a product. It is also going into marketing, branding, awareness, growing the whole crypto space, getting us closer to mainstream adoption. Because all this money that's being invested obviously is being invested with the idea of it generating an ROI. So everyone who is investing in these startups and all these VCs, they're obviously interested in growing the crypto space so that their investments also yield a return. So with more and more money being invested, more and more VCs, more and more people that are also putting their own resources, their own legal teams, their own marketing teams, their own ideas and designs into the space, overall, it's just helping the whole space grow, which will lead to more adoption, which will lead to more money flowing into the space, which will ultimately lead to what we're looking for is higher prices. In Bitcoin and Ethereum, most likely in a lot of altcoins, yes, not all of them are guaranteed to go up, of course, because there is a lot of coins out there. There's more than, I think, 13 or 14,000 coins. So a lot of them aren't going to make it. But a lot of the good projects in Bitcoin, Ethereum, a lot of the good altcoins are probably going to end up going a lot higher over the coming months and years as a result of this growth of adoption and increased capital by VCs into the space. So don't get tricked by this bearish and boring sideways action that has been the case for the last couple of months. Maybe it still continues for a few more weeks or a few more months. Maybe it doesn't. As you can see, there's reasoning for why we could actually end up going higher over the coming weeks and months. But however long it takes, this space in the longer term, over the next year and multiple years, I think is going to get a lot bigger and it's going to go a lot higher. So this is still an amazing opportunity. Educate yourself about it, get involved, use this time when the markets are down or trading sideways, when people aren't really interested, use this time to learn, to educate yourself, to be able to position yourself in the times when people aren't interested, so that when the market starts going higher, you're already prepared, you're positioned, and you're looking to exit while everyone only starts to enter towards the top of the market phase once again, as they usually do. So now is really a good opportunity to prepare yourself. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please smash the like button. Leave a comment down below if you enjoy these videos. If there's any type of content you'd like me to make more of, let me know in the comments down below. Smash that like button and I will see you in the next video.